The story that almost everyone thinks they know in the Bible is wrong. The Red Sea was not parted when Moses stuck his staff into the water. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm a deep skeptic, also a pastor. So if you know anyone that is a deep skeptic, you know one of our favorite things to do is say, actually, this is very much that. But if you read in Exodus 14, the story of the parting of the Red Sea, it's very, very different than what people imagine because there was a couple of movies that got it all wrong. So the movie version, the one that everybody remembers, is Moses walking up the Red Sea when the Israelites are like stuck there and there's like this impossible, impassable boundary, goes up there and sticks his staff into the water and the seas like opens up and sort of splits apart into these two massive walls. But if you read the actual story from the Bible, it's not like that at all. And I get it. When people are making movies about the Bible, they're making movies. They are not trying to be biblically accurate. And what actually happens is way less interesting and way less exciting to watch on film. Moses stretches his hands out in the biblical text, and a strong wind from the east blows all night long until there is dry land. And that seems way more plausible, even though this story doesn't actually have to happen to make it true, because the truth in it is, I don't know, maybe bigger and maybe more helpful for us if we focus on that. And the truth here is that sometimes you get to a place in your life where you have a boundary, something that's stopping you from doing what you think you need to do. Maybe what you think the universe is telling you to do, maybe what you think God is telling you to do, and you run up against this boundary. You're like, what the heck? I felt like this was exactly what I needed to do. It's this thing that like is impossible. I'm literally standing at a sea, and I thought I had to cross it, but there's no way. And what this verse instructs is that maybe you need to just stand there at the sea, at that boundary, and wait. Like, see if it moves. Like, see if it changes so that whatever it is that you feel like God or the universe or whatever was telling you to do is actually possible. Because something might happen. And it might not. It might not. But something might happen. And a lot of times, at least in my experiences, I don't know if miracles are really a thing. And something that seems like an impassable boundary to me actually is something that I end up being able to accomplish. Like somebody moves out of the job that's blocking me, or there's a shift in the wind. And when that happens, you can choose to just say that it was just a strong east wind, or you can choose to say, no, I felt like the universe was asking me to do this. I felt that God was asking me to do this. And I just stood there and waited, and God came through. And it looks like God came through something very normal, like a wind, but God came through. And this spiritual belief can be incredibly helpful because it makes you slow down. Like, I think a lot of people's tendency, my tendency, is that when I feel like I know what I need to do, I charge ahead, I make it happen. But when I run up against a Red Sea, an impossible, impassable boundary, it makes me slow down. And my experience is the define is much more often found in the slowing down than in the rushing forward.